Yo, it's the 4th of July. I have an addend. Is something wrong with my OBS? It froze. Hold on. Okay, hello, hello. Uh, okay, interesting. Anyways, I have an addendum to add to the I Get Sad Easily commentary real quick. It is the 4th of July, so there's some background, there's some cooking and talking going on right now outside. But I just remembered during the main writing and recording of this album, the 25 songs I was talking about, I wasn't really listening to like any music at all other than whatever I was making. And the only thing I listened to was the Streets of Rage 3 soundtrack, which, if you're into IDM, hard techno, gabber type stuff, then I highly recommend it. But the Streets of Rage 3 soundtrack was literally the only music I was listening to for the entire production of I Get Sad Easily. And I knew something was wrong with me when I was listening to the track. Look up the track Tunnel Way. It's a little interlude track. It just takes place in a tunnel. You listen to that track, and I was listening to it one day. I was in the middle of writing everything, and I was listening to it, and I was like, I get it. I understand this track. I understand what it's doing. So, and then that's when I knew something was wrong. So go look up Tunnel Way from Streets of Rage 3. All right. Peace out. Oh, man. Okay. Another day, another commentary. We're almost done. After this, we just got 3 more left, the 3 2024 albums. But this is my final album. Before I should start this off, what's up? It's Kyle Landon. I'm doing another album commentary. Thanks so much for being here and stopping by and liking my music and stuff. Today we are doing my 2019 album, I Get Sad Easily. This came out the last day of 2019, December 31st, 2019. The final day of the decade before we hit 2020. Yeah, this album is primarily a collection of, if we can skip ahead a little bit, the same way that like Margot is sort of the peak stuff of like, okay, I had the 2017 sessions. I made a bunch of songs. The cream of the crop was Margot, and then the stuff I thought was really good but didn't fit was Selfish Animal. This is the Selfish Animal of 2019. The Margot of 2019 is Existed, which is my most recent album. We'll get to that when we get to that. But this is sort of another Selfish Animal, another incredibly long, indulgent. I mean, they're both like an hour 17, and then I think both Margot and Existed, they're both one word. They're both one word titles, and they're both 8 tracks, like unintentional, but a lot of parallels there. So yeah, this sort of remained without its sibling for all these years because I didn't completely finish Existed, and then I got sidetracked and other things came up and other things happened and I just lost my way. But it's all out now. It's all good. We're here. If you're listening to this, then I did the right thing. I got my act together. But yeah, this is just a collection of songs. The majority of them come from like the last 3 months of 2019. In fact, the majority of them came from this session. Sort of, I did a song a day, but which I was already doing. But the difference here was that I was writing vocals that same and recording them that same day. Because before I'd make a ton of instrumentals and then I would pick out my favorites. I would write a ton of lyrics and figure all that out, and then I would record, etc., etc. So this time I would write an instrumental and then immediately write the vocals, and then like the next day when I had an opportunity, record. I would like wake up early in the morning, record the vocals, and then as soon as that was done, I would start a new track and rinse and repeat. And I did, I think, 25 songs in a row like that, which is the majority of this album was made like that. But yeah, overall, this album cover, it's just a picture of me sitting in my chair. There's no actual red filter or anything on it. That's I just had a red light on my screen. You can see the reflection in the wall, but I just had a red light and it made me look like that. So yeah, I don't know why I picked that picture. I kind of, I look pretty cute, but yeah, it's just sort of just, it's me in my room, which is what all this is. As for the title, it went through a couple of titles. Originally, it was going to be called Afraid, and then it was going to be called Afraid of You. And I wanted it, to be like a sentence like Kyle Landon is afraid of you, because it's just me being self-loathing and this and that. So, yeah, not really a whole lot to say about the background, but plenty to say about the songs themselves. I love this album. I really do. This is up until these recent three albums, the three 2024 albums. This was my peak. This is my like, okay, I did that. I can be proud of that. But yeah, this is gonna be a long one, so sit back, relax, and let me warm up my vocal cords a little bit. Let me take a sip of water. All right. Actually, just got out of therapy about an hour ago. Had to be a Zoom call because my dad took my car. His is in the shop, so I had to do a Zoom call. I usually drive over there, but he told me a lot of things. But one of the things he told me was that I have to learn to really be angry, and I have to learn to use that anger as a tool for good, and to understand it and accept it and embrace it, and so on and so forth. And I think a lot of my failure to do that is prevalent in this album. So, but yeah, let's start this. How Do I Face the Day was actually the first song I made in that series of, I think, 25 songs. I think this is September, early September. It was blistering hot, and I made this. Yeah, so for the majority of my adult life, post high school, I've had difficulty. I mean, who hasn't had difficulty? I've had difficulty getting out of bed. You know how it is. I woke up for once. Yeah, it's just. This is a song of mine that definitely I say everything I'm feeling, and there's no obfuscation. I'm not hiding. I'm not using metaphor. It's just straight up like I'm weak. I don't face the day. I don't do anything. I was having a rough time. I don't remember. I mean, I just came up with the vocal melody. That I came up with that, and I had this idea. If you're listening with headphones, you can notice it. But I wanted, like, of course, it's a mixing technique to have, you have things in the middle and then you have things on the sides, and it sounds big together. But I wanted it to sound like the thoughts winning. So don't let them know, don't let them see that's me talking. And then my thoughts are going, I'm nothing at all. And you hear it in the side, and then you can hear it pan into the center. So it starts in the side and then it goes to the center. I just blocked the mic. I wanted it to represent like the voices are winning. The thoughts are winning. Then I'm nothing at all. That's the real me. I don't know what that sound is. It's like a chicken sound. It's not a chicken. It's like a girl screaming or something. But I just got it out of some sample pack. It's not like a sinister thing. It's a 90s sample CD. I like this part. It's pretty much a cappella, but yeah. And the laugh too is also just like from the same sample pack, I think. Yeah, here it's on the side, and then That's Real Me is in the center. Just some neat trickery, some production magic, you know. that big bass hit. I think I added that a little bit later. It's like most of these songs, what you hear is like how it ended up. Is like the original version ended up becoming. It's like 90% the same as the final version, including this song. I feel like the doo doo is like the only thing I added later. I love this. Just the laugh. Just. Okay, so Ferris wheel memories. This one's actually this one's got a weird story to it. First off, you might wonder, okay, Ferris wheel memories, right? I get sad easily. How Do I Face the Day is a crazy, sad, self-loathing song, and then how do you get to this thing, whatever this is, this weird, kind of funny, hip-hop-ish thing? Like, what was my thought process? And my thought process is, well, I wanted this to show, especially the ending, the ending of this. I wanted this to represent me, like just not caring, and just like we didn't call it this back then, but I guess we call it now crashing out. This is me crashing out, and not caring. Like, oh, I'm just so like depressed. Like, I'll just say some crazy stuff, and I'll do a racist Jamaican accent, and I don't care, and I'll rap about hot sauce and pushing people down the stairs, and it just doesn't matter. There's nothing else like, at least vocally, lyrically, there's nothing else like this in my whole catalog. And I appreciate this for what it is, and its representation as like me just not caring anymore, even though I care a lot. But yeah, there's not really a whole lot to talk about. I don't really have to explain much. You know, there's a reference to Call of Duty Zombies. I can see them everywhere. It's a funny song to me. It always has been. Yeah, there's truth in here. I use so much hot sauce. I won't share my chicken wings. I was getting ear infections constantly back in the day. I used to, take a shower, and I'm a clean boy. I would use soap. You're not supposed to be putting soap in your ears, I guess, because I stopped doing that, and I haven't had an ear infection since. So yeah, if you're getting ear infections, then don't do that. Ooh, that little, yeah. But this instrumental, this came from that, and that's all one sample of a different song that I produced with this guy that came over one day. I don't know who he is. I don't think I would even recognize him if I saw his face. I don't know what his name is. I don't know how to get in contact with him. But he came over because he was like dating my dad's friend's daughter, and he came over with them, and then my dad was like, "Hey, Kyle makes music," and the dude was like, "I do too." And we got together in my room with my horrible speaker setup at the time, and my horrible everything latency, awful, everything trash, and we made a couple of beats. Or really, he just told me like what vibe he was going for. So I feel like I missed the. Hold on, we'll go back to that. Need to talk about that. But yeah, that's a sample of. That's a slowed down, stretched out. With the. That's just a slowed down sample of one of those beats that I made for him that we never did anything with. I haven't listened back to any of those since that day, other than making his beat. I'm kind of scared too. But yeah, this last did I even write it in the lyrics? It's not even in the lyrics. But yeah, this is I screamed poo poo at the end. That's just yeah, I just to really make sure, like, okay, yeah, something's wrong. Something's off. Who does that? Gutter Prayer. I love this song. This is one of my absolute favorites. This is an open B tuning. I don't know how I came to that, but this whole thing, first off, it predicted COVID coming from China. I'm not gonna say anything else about that, but I don't know, writing something about keeping something from China, which is gutter oil. Look up gutter oil if you get a second. Something coming from China and forcing everyone to stay in a room. But yeah, this instrumental came. I remember making it at night. Most of my music I make like in the day. The sun's still out. I made this at night. I was watching an episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog, or a couple of them. And I think it's the librarian episode. It was like this organ music playing or something. I was inspired by that, and there was a sort of doot doot. I think it was a different episode because I went back to that librarian episode recently and I didn't hear anything that I was expecting. But yeah, I heard in one of the episodes a doot 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 doot. So that's how this started. But yeah, this is a. I'm just very very proud of it. It's got sort of a with the ding that Middle Eastern bell, whatever that's called, I forget. But it's got this swing, it's got this groove. It's just this is a real special song for me. But yeah, not afraid, so afraid. It's more some similar vocal trickery to the first track. Here's a bridge. How many bridges do I have in my songs? I didn't learn what a bridge was until like 2020, for real. Like I just had like a vague idea of it. I didn't really know what it was. So I was doing, here's a bridge before I knew what a bridge was. There's a little bit of Little Altar Boy in there. Sounds like there's a girl singing with me. Little Altar Boy is a really gross name for a plugin. And that hard, that piano just don't. That's the bass line of this song. Just some more bold instrumentation by your favorite producer, Kyle Landon. But yeah, I was very, very lonely during this period of my life. Which is probably why I thrived in COVID so much, because I was already lonely, trapped in my room every day. It was nothing new to me. This would be fun to do live, I think. I would have to learn how to play it on guitar and sing it at the same time, though. I had to make it work. What's next? Magnesium? Yeah. Okay, Magnesium. So, yeah, this is just another song. I think this instrumental actually has like this. A lot of the ideas in this song were from like 2015, like that bass line going out right now. That do. That's from 2015. That's a Gold Shadows era bass line. And then the that's also from 2015, Gold Shadow era. Just stuff I had sitting around. I was like, well, let me combine all of it, make something else. This chorus, Smoke Job 3. This chorus is about how my now girlfriend, but at the time just friend, who I liked, but we were just friends. She was very touchy-feely, and she would give me hugs and stuff, and I was just in my brain like, come on, man, don't touch me. If you don't mean it like that, don't touch me. Come on, real life again. Raynaud's all over Frizz. Raynaud's is some sort of condition. I don't know if I actually have it or not, but when I take like a shower, I come out, my hands are red. I could take a cold shower, warm shower. I have red hands afterwards, like the back of my hands. Red. It's weird. So I looked it up, said it might be Raynaud's. And I was like, oh, I'll put that in somewhere. Why not? Hikikomori is a thing. If you're into Japanese culture, you probably heard it before, but it's a word they use in Japanese culture for like people who like live at home and don't work, aren't going to college, aren't going to school, nothing. They just read manga every day and that's it. Which is pretty much how I was living. Oh, and why is it called magnesium? I almost forgot to even say why. I started taking magnesium supplements, and I started sleeping real good afterwards. That's it, that's all. Alright, Come Home. This is one of my all-time biggest nightmare mixes. Just absolute nonsense. And also, it got to a point where my computer like can't even handle it. It just so I had to like mix it in parts and pieces. It's my computer. This is like the busiest, at least from like a process plugin standpoint. This is the busiest song I've ever done. Somehow. But yes, this song is based on a true story, and I did make a music video for it. I don't know if I actually like finished it, but I filmed for it. It was another me in my room, laying in bed, looking around, nothing new. Yeah, this whole thing is based on a true story. I spoil it at the end, towards the end of the song, but also this is an incredible song. This whole like it has some pop appeal. It has some potential because that beat is so. This thing right here, it's just an Omnisphere thing I found. I edited it. I did a thing with it. But yeah, just coming back to me. It's got potential. I should make some TikToks. But I wrote this chorus so many times because I knew it had to be good. Listening to it now, it don't sound too bad because this was the problem I had with mixing. This was the big mixing issue. But yeah, this is a true story about a cat plush that I won in a claw machine at an arcade, and my little cousin came over one day for family picnic, barbecue, whatever, and she stole it, and she to this day denies it, but I know she took it. She was asking about it all day, and then she left and the cat left, and I haven't seen it since. I miss my cat named Puppy Cat. I guess there's a cartoon called Puppy Cat, a bee and Puppy Cat, something like that. It's not a reference to that, but shout out to Puppy Cat. I like the word puppy. If I ever get a dog, there's a very high chance I'm gonna name it either Mr. Puppy or Puppy Time. But yeah, this is a whole, so sad. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna text her right now. I'm gonna ask her if she has. I'm gonna text her right now. Do you still have my cat plush you stole? Okay, I just sent her. I'll let you know if she replies. Yeah, just a great. This song had. I think this song still has potential to catch on with some people. It don't matter that it's 5 years old at this point. Ooh, I wish lemons were sweet. What genre is this? This is almost like a bluesy, jazzy, bluesy type of thing. At least like the vocals, and I don't know. The drums. I'm talking nonsense. But yeah, this is a real sentiment that I thought that lemons should be sweet. I wish I could just take a lemon and just bite straight into it, or take the peel off and just bite straight into it. And it would. I wish that it tasted like a lemon heads or something. That would be nice. Yellow's my favorite color, so every time I see something yellow, I instinctively want to eat it. Yeah, this song is directly for my now girlfriend. This is a very. I played it first. She was like, "Yeah, this is. I see. She knew." But I love this song. This is a very. I think of Gorillaz when I think of this main keyboard that's been going. Not the melody, but the sound of it. This is one of those things where I don't feel like I'm a great vocalist, but like I did my thing here, I think. I don't know how it would sound with someone who could sing. I mean, not all this is about her. Hang you up in every town and make your sins unknown. Well, that was a good moment. But this is a nice little. I wake up so high, and then at the end, I wake up so happy. And that moan sound is not a real pervert moan. That was a sample that I also used in ringing off the world will spin without me. This from Sonic Battle, which was sampling Sonic Adventure 2. I have a couple of video recordings of me doing this live. It's really hard to do live. Could not catch my breath. Maybe I'll put that out someday. I mean, live in my bedroom, but you know. I love these two stanzas right here. But yes, she do have piercings and tats, and I was never into that. I never thought I would be into that, but you know, I learned, okay, it's not about the decisions they make, etc., etc. It's about the person they are, and then eventually you start to like the piercings and tats. Yeah, that's all for her. That's all, that whole stanza. The kingdom requires her queen to come back. Her king needs his queen. Or the king needs her queen. Yeah, that whole I will rip my soul out and give all the blood to you. I will see you in my dreams, hope I not consume. Leaves upon to start the blue reflection of the moon. Every work in the mind's been out here since noon. I love it. Actually, this scream at the end, this finale scream, is actually taken from one of my live recordings that I did. It's a little bit authentic. It's a great ending. Yeah, gotta peek the mic. Oh, she just replied, she said, what? Crying emoji. We're gonna have this going on during the whole thing, I guess. You know you stole him / her. Okay, Ghoulish. Yeah, this is a song I just wrote and I made it and I did it and yeah. Not much. There's not really an origin to it. It's just one of those songs I made in a day. Mama Papa. That's a David Bowie thing. I'm an alligator. And Mama Papa come over you. I did want to make sure I was barring though. I'm bar off on this track. The flow. I got unrequited love for myself. First off, that's a great lyric, and that flow when we get to it, it'll just ooh. I got this. I remember thinking of MF Doom, even though that's not a doomy thing at all. That whole holy sex columns play misery. Those are super confident. I love the vocals, the lyrics on this song. I'm just going flow to flow. Can appreciate it. Man, it is hot. Knave. There's an oboe. That's the instrument, I'm pretty sure. An oboe. Here it comes. There's even ad-libs. I probably have I feel like I have about 3 songs in my whole catalog that has ad-libs. Maybe that's why I haven't blown up yet. It's a rare use of my death metal voice in that last I'm a ghoul, I'm a freak. Which I used to do that voice constantly, and I would probably be really good at it if I kept doing it.
You're definitely gonna do
Oh,
it
look,
all right. I hope. I'll talk to you later on.
there's Erika. I miss you, Erika. Yeah, there's a little theme I had in this album, just people who had ended their lives, I suppose. So it's Erika, it's the Sky King, and Terry Davis. Sunshine. Okay, yeah, just another. I feel like this was made like the day before or the day after Ghoulish. Yeah, just another. I'm sort of this. They're very similar songs to me in a way. You know, this song resembles. It reminds me a lot of the song "Dead Body Breathe." They both have this sort of like backwater, wooden hut, nighttime, foggy, swamp, murky type of feel to me, especially like this part. The dancer was here, stretches the arches back. Yeah, this is like I wanted it to sound kind of gay, not in like a, not an offensive. I just in a more provocative way, I guess. Hopefully that's not offensive or anything, but yeah, bite your tongue now. You feel like you're like just interesting feelings, interesting images. I love the doop, doop. I love the chord hits. That is a reference to spinning. And the world will spin without me. World. Do I have a speech impediment? World. Shout out to people with speech impediments. I was flowing too. I shot by the grass, knocked over dip cans. That's I don't know, I have like a very clear memory of I used to, in high school, my senior year, I was a member of the film crew. So we were in charge of filming all of the sports and running the switcher and running the wires and the cameras and everything. And it was fun. It was a good time. But I have lots and lots of clear memories. But one of them was there was no dip cans there in high school baseball. But I got clear visions, clear memories of recording the baseball games. So that's what I was thinking about when I wrote Shot by the Grass. Tried to run faster. Broke on my hands running on all fours, which I guess doesn't really happen in baseball, but align my spine in morning sunshine and morning the waste of my time. That's something I wrote for the original version of Drain. No, that's old. That's like 2014, 2015. No, that 2014. That's I was still in high school when I wrote that. Yeah, that's just something I've always had in my brain. I like this last little thing, this last little paragraph here, stanza. It definitely reminds me of the whole swamp aesthetic. But yeah. Okay, the apostle looked to the sea. This one's crazy. I just wanted this full drama. Oh, and there's the wind transition. I just thought it would fit. But I just wanted this song to just represent like just absolute power and like just like I wanted the bass to just do, and then when the drums hit, it's just this flow is very similar to one of Zach De La Rocha's flows. I forget which song, but take hope here, war is elsewhere. Oh, Ashes in the Fall. It's a similar flow to that. Rage Against the Machine. But yeah, I just wanted everything in this song to just be huge and just overwhelming. So I wanted it to sound like here's the voice of God. Leave them be. Don't you taint them. I wanted that to be God's voice. Just this big, echoey, deep. Yeah, this whole song is about, it's just an idea I had little story of like this group of missionaries going out to some village somewhere or something, and then they're trying to spread the word, and then God tells one of them like, "Hey, no, they don't need it. Don't worry about them." And then the rest of the missionaries are like, "You need to. What are you talking about?" And then eventually, yeah, there's cliffs and sea foam, and yeah, it's all. This part's a dream. The vision going breath is knowing. Falling off of the cliff into the sea. That's all. The dream. That's part of the dream where God speaks to him, and then yeah, it's pretty cut and dry. It's all greed. I hope there's not really much to it. It should be pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, it's a great song. I just be listening sometimes. No blood. Okay. No blood, no matter. This up until these last 3 albums, this was and still pretty much is my favorite song of mine. Oh man, this song is just like, yes, I did this. This is mine. This is me. No metaphor. It's just a story, vampire story, of course. And I just came up with it, and I was like, oh, yeah, cool. But yeah, just a guy. He drinks blood. He don't want no one to know. People are starting to get suspicious. Eventually, angry mob happens. It's simple. Originally, it was called A Cup of Smoke. And this is really up on my the upper range of my voice. But yeah, this was originally called A Cup of Smoke. I don't know why, and I like came up with the title first, and I was like, it's gotta be that title. Listen to that Final Fantasy VI piano. Love it. Yeah, I feel like I'm a little out of pitch on this chorus, but I mess with it. What was I saying? Yeah, it was originally called like that. You could see the mentions of cups. I really wanted it to be a cup of smoke, but I was like, what smoke? What is the song about? So, because it's supposed to be about a Dracula, a Dracula man. Where's the smoke in that? Which is how I came up with making rice with blood instead of water. But yeah, eventually it just came down to the chorus is no blood. There's no blood inside my cup, so no blood. So the first half of the song is called No Blood, and then the second chorus is no matter. No matter, I'll carry on like a corpse. So I was like, wait, both the choruses have the word no in it. No blood, no matter. Perfect. So yeah, song one, it's just 2 songs in one. No blood and then no matter. So I just love how it's like dramatic and it's kind of dreamy too. This instrumental, it's got the big timpani hits that are kind of distorted off to the sides, and it has the pretty piano. Okay, so I chopped up the piano from the last part, and then I slowly faded in a angry mob sound I got from freesound.org. Yeah, these you'll notice these drums quite a bit on this album and Existed. I got real into this kit for a while. The Boy Wonder sounds. Yeah, see. That's a great line to me. Carry on like a corpse, held up by 6 lonely people, of course. Everyone feels lonely when someone they care for dies, I guess. I recorded that in the closet. it was like dinner time. I'm just vibing right now. This is my favorite, man. This is my favorite. What was that noise? Was that a glitch? I'm not even gonna think about it, whatever. I'm just enjoying the song. Classic, classic. Tears of a Statue. Oh, another classic. I adore this too. Man. So this one's heavy on the auto-tune, not for the style, but because I genuinely could not do it, but I did not want to rewrite it or turn or change the key or anything. So auto-tune it was, but it ends up fitting. And I don't think anyone cares anymore, really. So it's not a big problem overall. This is another pretty cut and dry song lyrically. I think everyone can tell how I'm feeling during this. And this is something I was struggling with. I mean, technically I'm still struggling with it right now, but I'm learning more about it in therapy and stuff. But just my inability to really express myself. And I definitely feel like I can express myself in my music, but when it comes to just one-on-one conversation or heaven forbid, like a conversation with my parents, I just really, what's going on outside? I just really struggle with being able to say what I really feel, and I just kind of put up with whatever's going on despite all the screaming in my brain, in my heart. That's a pretty line. Not the Be Forgotten at Our Funeral part, but the Drift Away with Landon. Wind leaves as clouds of pewter fall. It's pretty. And no one says I'm not allowed to be vulnerable. I'm just telling myself I can't be vulnerable. But you know, our thoughts can get to us. Messy thoughts. Yeah. Our thoughts are everything. Yeah. Was having some trouble during this time. And the drums are so it's just this rhythm. It's crazy. The bass line's crazy, the chords, it's fantastic. Yeah, these are genuine thoughts I've had in the past. You know, just wondering, like, maybe if I stop replying to people and start acting like a butthead, maybe it would make offing myself easier. No one would care, but that's not how that works at all. If you're struggling with those sorts of thoughts, I'm here for you. I relate, I've been there, and look at me now. You're listening to me, so something changed in me for the better, and it can change for you for the better too. But man, that song slaps.
I have nothing to do
Okay.
but this.
It's Terry Davis.
It's not something I want to do. It's hard.
That quote, that breaks my heart. That was I saw that in. I'll try to remember myself. By the way, I got a lot to say about this too. But I saw that quote in the Down the Rabbit Hole. Look up Terry Davis Down the Rabbit Hole. It's a great watch. Terry Davis was a genius programmer with schizophrenia, and he invented Temple OS, which is a whole other thing to talk about. But yeah, he would just sort of live stream himself. I feel like I should pause. He would just sort of live stream himself every day, just emailing and browsing the internet or doing a little bit of programming or showing off Temple OS, this and that. And yeah, in one of those live streams, he was just there, and he says, you can hear him clicking and typing, and he just says, I got nothing else to do. but this, and I don't want to do it. It's hard. And that was just, especially with the mouse clicking and stuff, it just made me feel like man, like he gets it, and he is no longer here as well. But I've been playing with my guitar pick for half of these commentaries. I'm sorry. um, yeah, I heard that and I was like, that's me. That's me right now. Anyway, try to remember myself. This originally was called Try to Be Remembered Today. And the instrumental is the exact same. So what you feel. Most of this was the same. It's the verses that I changed. And originally the verse, I think verse 2, the second verse, I think, was way rougher, and I pretty much say, and I couldn't actually record it. I like stumbled my line and I flubbed it every time I tried to record it. I genuinely could not physically say it. It said something about how I won't do it. I won't off myself because it would make my mom sad. But I said it in a crazy way, and I actually couldn't say it. So, but I was like, no, I can't. I can't do that. I can't put this out into the world. So I do still have that. I do still have that song. But yeah, I changed it, and this is a lot more positive. And it's weird too, because the chords, the flutes, it is kind of positive in a way. It's kind of, I don't know if I'd call it major, but it has that quality to it. But let me hit play again. Yeah, it's a bit more positive, this version. It kind of has a drill, like a UK drill, grime, not whatever you call it, UK drill sort of rhythm to it, which was like an accident. Yeah, those are such pretty flutes, the mellotron flutes. I knew this was the name of the album, but I had to drop it somewhere, so I figured it'll fit here. That's not the most positive thing, but actually there's not much positive at all, other than we had dreams. You used to be unique. But yeah, I don't know. I feel it's in comparison to what it used to be. I just said that. Go. So what? So what? Hey. And the way it's distorting is like something went wrong with one of my plugins or something. I did something unintentional and it distorted like that. And I was like, I'll keep it. It's a great track. Oh man, I want to eat you. This one is nuts. First off, I didn't watch. My girlfriend brought to my attention the fact that several people in like Croatia or something had made TikToks with this song, and I was too scared back then. I never looked. I have no idea what those TikToks were featuring this song from Eastern Bloc countries. But yeah, I'm still bothered. I never looked. They might still be up, but who knows? I've deleted and re-uploaded these so many times. Who knows if it's even searchable still? But yeah, this whole thing. First off, the time I just wrote it, and I have no idea what's going on with the time signature rhythm of it, but I love it, and it is so like what. Yeah, I don't have too much. Oh no. I don't have a whole lot to say about this track other than it was it's definitely like all of it is like a stream of consciousness type of thing. Even the instrumental, the way it is, the way the rhythm is, the timing of it all, and all the words. I just sort of wrote and wrote and wrote about. Originally, it was gonna be because like I thought of the title. I went to EU. I was like, that'd be interesting. And originally, it was gonna be about cannibalism. Or I mean, you can. Spoiler alert, I guess. If you think it's about cannibalism, then it is. But I realized after like I finished it, like, oh, this isn't cannibalism. This is like a pet. This is a pet wanting to eat its owner. He was really, really eloquent about it. This is gross though. Chitlins and sweat and shaved heads. Man. What did these TikToks look like? This was a pretty part. Is this a bridge? This Psycho song got a bridge on it. But yeah, very, very stream of consciousness compared to a lot of my other stuff. I feel like this production is like a prime example of me, of like how my songwriting was for a while, in that I would just open a random instrument, just randomly scroll through presets and pushing random keys, and then I would find an interesting sound and I would just bum, 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 and then I just build on top of it. There was no real intention. That's just how a lot of these instrumentals started. Yeah, this whole thing sort of drives the pet thing home, I think. Yeah, what's next? Ooh, they already burn, okay. Yeah, we got a quote from, I believe, Job 17:1. Did I get it right? My breath is corrupt, my days are extinct. 17:1. Yep, I got it right. So yeah, this is just another song I wrote. I had the worst time mixing this too. Yeah, maybe that's why I don't have much to say about some of these songs sometimes, is that it's literally like just a stream of consciousness, me clicking around randomly and then building on it. And then the writing is just a bunch of stuff that I thought sounded interesting. Not that these songs are just like aren't worth enjoyment and consideration, this and that, but yeah. Yeah, this part so impossible to mix. It sounds good now, but I have it at a low volume, so who knows. Right now? Alright. Goodness. Okay, hold on. I have no idea if I'm gonna remember anything I'm saying right now. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. I had to take my dad to go pick up his car from the shop. I don't know what I was talking about. I don't know what I was doing. I'm gonna just hit play. We're just gonna keep it going like nothing happened. Okay, yeah. This horrible mixing situation. I used a drum loop, but then I layered like so many snare sounds and kick sounds on top of it. So there's a drum beat, and then there's, for every kick and snare, there's like 4 different kicks and snares also going on top of that drum beat, and you can't even really tell. It doesn't sound that impressive. But this sample coming up in the chorus, that's just a song from, I think, 2018 called Audrey 2, named after the Little Shop of Horrors plant. I've never actually seen that movie, but I know that it sings and it looks funny. It looks like a piranha plant from Mario, so I mess with it. That was it. Oh, that little sample, the "Rid of You." If you notice, it's a little sample. "Rid of You." That's Mia, who I've mentioned before. That's a sample from that same. If you've listened way back to like the Gold Shadows commentary, that's that same 3-4 hour long recording I made in high school on accident. I recorded a whole conversation between me and her and our friends. And that was one of the. She said, "If you do something, if you do this, I will get rid of you." And I don't know why I put it there. I just thought it sounded good. I put a little fake on it. She sounds a little funny, but she doesn't know about that. She gave me permission for the Gold Shadows usage, but she doesn't know about this. I think she would think it was cool. Yeah, I don't know what just the cool lyrics. Didn't really have much in mind. But sleep in the poison. Sleep in the poison. Man. So as I mentioned in the world will spin without me commentary, I had developed a bed bug problem in 2018, summer of 2018, and they went away. And summer of 2019 hit, and they came back. And it was at that point when I just threw out my whole mattress and everything, and I slept on the floor for like the next 8 months. No, I was probably shorter than that. Eventually, I got a hand-me-down from my dad, but yeah, I was on the floor for a while. But I do have genuine PTSD from that whole thing. It was just so, I wouldn't wish it on anybody. But also, you really get to know yourself, and you really get to know bed bugs when you experience it. And when you experience it the way I did and the way it was. This instrumental, I'll get to the instrumental first. I got a lot to say lyrically. This was the last time I ever had true writer's block, was when I was trying to just write something. And I had the session open and I couldn't write anything. And for 3 days I couldn't write anything. And eventually I came out with this whole song in one day. This wasn't part of the 25-day session. This was a little earlier. But yeah, this whole, I came up with the last part, the very last part of the song is what I came up with first, but then it got pushed to the back. And then, but yeah, this whole making 3 different sections with all the strings and everything, all the big dramatic hits and the sound that I took from Kid Chameleon, the weird head tanks, the enemy in Kid Chameleon, they make that noise. And ever since I was a kid, I always thought that was an interesting sound, so I put it in the beat. There's also that doo-doo beat or sample that you hear a lot, doo-doo that you hear getting sampled and chopped up constantly as I'm talking and reversed and stuff. That's from a Sega arcade thing. That's just like a little song, a little jingle I grew up with. Let me actually look up what exactly that thing's called so you can listen to it on your own. Sports Arena Arcade Attract Music. Look that up, and you'll hear a I grew up there used to be a laundromat I would go with my mom to when I was 4 or 5, and they had a little thing in there, and it would play that song. So that song was embedded in my subconscious forever, and I was so excited when I found it again. When I was able to actually track it down and figure out what it was. I had to sample it in more of a percussive way, because I don't really sample music, chords and melodies and stuff. Yeah, this part I wrote first. But yeah, this whole thing, the lyrics is all true. It's all I would use all different types of powder, and the powder would dry up my skin and my feet. And I would put some of it in my bed. I'd sleep in the poison. That's what that is. And I would just paranoid and always checking my sheets every night. And still, if I see a little black speck from my socks or something, in my I have white sheets. I wonder why. Um, I still freak out a little bit until I realize that it's just lint or whatever. But yeah, like this, I will flush you, make you drown in on my urine, got good aim. That's true. I would every time I caught one, I would throw it in the toilet. I would pee on it and I'd flush it in the toilet. I did that at least 10 times. Oh, here's Sky King. Yeah, he was a guy. You can just look up Sky King and you'll probably see. But yeah, he was just some guy. He worked at an airport, and then one day he was like, I can't speak for him. I don't know, but he went and he commandeered a plane, and he flew it around for a while, and he did some tricks, and he talked to the air traffic control, and then he crashed it on an island somewhere and didn't hurt nobody else, other than, his family. But I just thought that was interesting to really just snap, but like in a peaceful way, almost. Not that taking your own life is peaceful, but anyway, pain. This instrumental, shares DNA with Don't Be Weak off of It Should Never Be. It's the same tempo. It's like the same. They both have the same gross beat preset going on. With the that's a guitar thing I wrote, and then the gross beat is slowing it down by half, and I have the same exact thing going on the in Don't Be Weak. The drum kit is mostly the same. They're like twins. They're the non-identical type of twins. They literally came off of the same song project. But lyrically, this song is about a friend of mine who I have since become friendly with again, very friendly with. It's my brother. We were having some brotherly drama. But I see how little that matters now. But yeah, I was having some issues with him, and this song is kind of about that. But yeah, especially yeah. Or just in general, just feeling alone and lashing out because of it. Not the whole song's not about him, but yeah, it's just yeah. It's rough. It's rough looking at. It's rough hearing it. But you know exactly what I'm talking about here. I think this is 140 BPM, which is like the default FL Studio BPM. I think they changed it to 130 actually, but it used to be 140. And a lot of music ended up being 140 because people didn't understand. A lot of popular music out there is 140 because people didn't know about tempo. Yeah, just a rough time. But it's cool. I got over it. Okay. Am I full of hate? Sorry, I'm looking up Crank That BPM because I want to see if it is 140. Yeah, the Crank That Soulja Boy is 140. You know what else? It was made in FL Studio with all default FL Studio sounds and the default FL Studio tempo. I'm always right about these things. Anyway, Am I Full of Hate? This is a song I wrote with my now girlfriend. We were just friends. I liked her, etc., whatever. And one day she asked me to take her to the DMV. She needed help, and I was being stupid. I was being catty and moody, and I was like, I'm sitting here. This girl don't even love me back, and I'm here at the DMV. I should be working on music that I'm not going to promote. And I was just being a brat, and the vibes were weird, and it was all my fault, and it was weird, and I should have just understood that I'm helping a friend out. I got plenty of time for all the other stuff. So I wrote this as soon as I got home. As soon as I got home, I had this moment of clarity, and I was like, ooh, I should not have acted that way, especially with someone I care for so much. And she probably didn't talk to me for like a month after that. But this whole, scalp is different, so you just me being moody and trying to be like, something's wrong. But no, I'm not gonna say nothing. But you better ask. You better ask me if something's wrong, so I feel cared for. But no, just stupid drama queen stuff. But yeah, as soon as I got home, I wrote this. I love the chords during the verse, especially. Just the whole. It's got a good groove to it. It's just this is just. Yeah, so this is me just being self-loathing about the way I conducted myself. Where time is like sand. Great bass line too. Just everything. Just all cylinders. All firing on all cylinders in this track. I'll give all you need. Yeah, just me like, you know what, I suck so bad, you shouldn't even be my friend anyway. Blah, 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 blah. Again, if my relationship could survive this, then you could do anything. Anything's possible in this life. Just genuinely improve and change, I guess. We're all works in progress though. You know, you gotta fall on your face so that you know not to do it next time sometimes. This is a nice little part. Yeah, and then the big blow up. Very similar technique that I used in The Boy in the Light, where I had to smash the drums with a compressor and distort it a little tiny bit. And yeah. I always get worried when I'm writing a song and then I realize, oh no, I need a guitar solo. But yeah, just play fast and it'll be relatively fine. But eventually, I promise, one day there's gonna be sweet picking. There's gonna be all types of Lydian, dominant, whatever. It's gonna be nuts. Speaking it into existence now. I'm gonna have some nutty guitar solos in the future. We're gonna evolve past this, even though I love this. Just an extra guitar doing the chords at the end. Sounds kind of watery. And then this ending, I was just messing around. I was just like pushing frets. I was just pushing the strings down, and my gate was set kind of weird. So some of it was cutting out, some of it was cutting in. And I just like, oh, let's leave it there. And then I found it perfect. It kind of perfectly transitioned into this song. Party with Doctors in all caps. Okay, so this song. You know, a lot of these songs were written like in this like 125-day session. I just write a whole song in a day, lyrics included. This whole song was written and recorded in like a 2-hour session, like from scratch. And I wrote the whole thing standing up with the microphone in front of my face with the guitar around my neck. The whole thing. And I improvised all of the lyrics except for Poison Sticky. This. That's the only. I just had that written down. And all the rest of the lyrics are completely improvised. Just everything. I wrote the whole thing standing up. It's one session. That's my audio interface jacking up and making my guitar sound like that. And I was like, I'll keep it. I need to do this type of thing more often. That Super Saiyan 3 real quick. You know, it's interesting when you do aggressive vocals like this. Like I can for me personally, there's like different levels I can hit to. I feel like that was Super Saiyan 3. This is Super Saiyan 1. I don't know what 2 is though. Yeah, this whole thing just happened and I love it. weird time signatures, and this is the only song in my whole catalog that's mastered a little differently. I used the Slade SGF or SFG or whatever. I used it because people a lot of the time they talk about, oh, we need that bus compression, that glue, that whatever. But this it's the only time I ever felt like the mastering limiter actually had like a tangible glue pumping sort of sound that I actually liked and could hear, that I couldn't replicate in any other plugin. So yeah, so this whole song is just about me being angry at people that party and do drugs and stuff. Which, when you're improvising, I guess at that point in my life, that was the easiest thing for me to talk about. It just immediately get me angry for no reason. All your friends are doctors, they'll help fix you up. Come take this, come take that. Just totally just mean-spirited song with like no understanding or empathy. But I love it. Oh man, I love all these songs, but Horrid Restraints, this is another favorite of mine. Horrid Restraints, You're Acting Strange. Again, I don't know why I put You're Acting Strange in the parentheses. I just thought it fit. I just thought it looked good. But yeah, this song is just, man. I'm waiting to get better. That's all I can do. Yeah, this whole thing is just like a bunch of just weirdness. This whole sample, the sample. I think that's just a sample that I cut up of me. Yeah, it is a sample. That's all cut up of just me messing on the keyboard. And this drum pattern is literally me sliding my hand across my keyboard like this. I just slid my hand across the keyboard and I quantized it, and I was like, wait a minute. At this part, I wanted to have like a weird Townes Van Zandt type of country breakdown, which is why the guitar's here, but then I chop it up and it's weird. But that's what I was going for, country music right here. Real freakish country music. That you can hear that sort of sound. That's the fan in my PC. I just recorded it because it was doing that constantly. It's on its way out. And then, of course, this is one of my favorite things I've done. This is the devil on your shoulder speaking into your ear. So, there's me talking, and then there's the bad thoughts, the bad demon in my ear. And when I say I need to step into a church, he's gone. He don't want to hear none of it. He don't endorse none of it. But as soon as there's nothing left to lose, then he's back in my ear. And also, you notice when I say I, he says you. So if I say it's been years since I've traveled in my shoes, he says it's been years since you've traveled in your shoes. Just you know. Just a freakish song. Freakish, I love it. And the whole thing falls apart, and then the school bell. That's my actual school bell from high school, from that same recording. And we're at Afraid. I need to stay one more addendum because I was just listening to this song for fun for some reason, and I remembered that I didn't specify this. Makes me feel like I need to do like 2 runs of all these commentaries. But this opening part of Afraid, a keen ear will notice that this that's the same bell melody from Moondale way back in Gold Shadows. that bell melody I came up with that repeats every minute of the song, which is supposed to be an hour. I don't know what. I guess you can use your imagination as to why I brought it back. I always wanted that to be sort of a recurring little motif throughout my discography, but I never really followed through on that. And I guess just me using it here was sort of me trying to follow through on that. And also that song was about a failed relationship, and this song was about a failed relationship. Now this next part, this weird synth that comes in. I'll sing along to it when it shows up. That weird synth, that's from sometime in 2014. That's really, really old. I was still I graduated 2015, of course. So it's a really old melody or chord progression that I came up with. And I decided to put it in here because I always liked it. And I just thought, like, yeah, let me get something from before. Same as with the ending noise, the I wanted to get something from before I had met this person. Let me go find it. Let me go find the original. Here it is, a track I did called All Your Life, and I even made a little thing. Look, it's me with no beard. It's a picture me and my friend took, and then I used it's a rainy day. He has Gucci umbrella or whatever that is. It's a nice umbrella. And I used the Photoshop content aware thing or whatever, and it looked all funny. But you could see his shoulder right here. Shout out Julian. But yeah. I mean, I can listen to all this, but yeah, I just wanted to bring that to y'all's attention. For whatever reason, I felt I should bring it to attention because I realized while listening, I'm talking, I'm just rambling. Back to the commentary. I did not think at all that I was gonna have to talk about this until right now. I completely forgot. But this is sort of the cornerstone of the song, although of the album. Although the next song is also sort of the climax too. There's 2 climaxes in a row on this album. This instrumental started like in the summer, as before the 25 song thing, but I figured I don't know how many more albums I got in me. I don't know how much more time I got on this plan. That's how I was thinking at this time. It's like I should probably talk about this. So I'm not really gonna talk about you can look at the lyrics, you can tell what happened in high school to me. But it's all good, I'm forgive, you understand, you move on. Best revenge is living good, living lavish. But yeah, this was just like some Halo types of military music, and then I was like, let me add a. I always think of Bjork. When I do this type of thing. For some reason, just the song "Declare Independence." But yeah, I don't remember how I thought to put the beat on it because I was just doing all this orchestral stuff with the strings and everything. I was like, beat, hard beat. But when it turns into metal at the end, that was a complete accident. I keep yawning, I'm sorry. Yeah, when it turns to metal, because it's this, it's the same chords going on right there in these little soft parts. And that was originally, like, the song was gonna end like after this point, pretty much. But I was just messing around, and I need to do this more often. I just got my guitar out, and I didn't intend to record anything. Also, you hear that voice crack I just had? Excellent. You couldn't plan it better. It was not planned. It just perfect. The emotion was there. But yeah, I was just messing around on my guitar, and it was tuned to standard tuning. And then I realized, like, wait a minute. this actually, like, I can play this. I can. And I was like, and then I like turned the distortion on. I plugged it all up, and I was like, okay, I gotta add this. I gotta do this now. So I did. But you gotta build up to it. You know, you got to. I didn't actually let it go until someone recently. I didn't understand what that meant. I just said it, I guess. I understand a little bit more now. I do forgive you. Man, my first cuss. I don't cuss in any of these, but I cussed there. Had to. Here's another, oh man, I got a solo. What am I gonna do? So I just started doing this. So all I could really do, just primal. I was trying to break the string. I wanted to see if I could, but I didn't. But it's just, yeah. Just playing as hard as I possibly could. Yeah. And I improvised all this in one go. The vocals. The way this song repeats, well, not repeat, just the way this, I just have this repetitive thing going on, this one riff. I always think of, is it Cow by Melvins? That song ends with just this drum solo, but I don't know, I always think of it when I was thinking of it when I made this, and just the repetitive nature of it, but the drums are still doing something new. And that was from, something I recorded in like 2013. I was just making noises and singing along to stuff, and I recorded it. And I took that sound because I wanted it to be just the sound of me from a more innocent time before such things happened to me. Let's visualize it putting in work right now. Yeah. But this song, Open My Chest, Dig Out My Heart. This is the other. If I ever do live shows, this is gonna be a staple. And it might not seem like it, but every time when the beat really drops, I can just see me jumping into the crowd. This is a crowd surfer song somehow. This song isn't to any girl in particular. It's like every girl I've ever liked combined. Yeah, this is a lovesick. Just open my chest, dig out my heart. That's what they do. But yeah, these strings, like this, is just the earlier strings. Just slowed down. Same thing with the third part. This is when I jump in the crowd. This, yeah. It's so huge. This is one of those types of song. Every time I would be mixing it or editing it or whatever, I would like have to stand up and just pace in circles in my room. Just power. I love the imagery here. Just literally being like the ground, or being like some sort of patch of dirt or something in my chest. Yeah. Nope, drop 3.
ghost is never really dead. I gave up before my poem was ever read. I regret everything
Yeah, I wrote
I
my now girlfriend a poem,
wish I had never met you.
which she now has, and she cried when she read it, and she keeps it very close to her. But I didn't read it to her. I didn't give it to her for a long time. That's what that line's about. I wish I'd never met you, though. That's a pretty crazy thing to say about someone I'm in a happy, healthy relationship with. But you know, it is what it is. But what a grand old song. Just huge. Or at the ending, do you love me? This is probably, I'm not gonna say it's the worst closer of my catalog, but it's more of the epilogue piece than it is like the big grand finale, because I feel like ending on the previous song would have been like, ooh, man. But this, it is sort of a spot of hope. I think this album needed that, and I'm glad it has that. So yeah, this is the only, like, all of my finales are very grand, I feel. But this one sticks out a little bit, but in a good way. Yeah, because like you can see that, you know, that it sort of concludes the opening thing I say in How Do I Face the Day, when I said how do I get out of bed? What's the lyric? I woke up for once, can't believe my luck, you know. And then the first line is, hooray, I got out of bed today. So it's something, it's a little spot of hope after getting sad so easily.
Hooray, I got out of bed today. Most days can't get out my head. Most days today will not be like all those days. Be brave, just think of a smiling face. I crawl back into my shell again. Grown men have never had none. Depends on them. They never.
I'm just taking the song in right now. Another very, no metaphor, no imagery, just straight up, for the most part. A rare thing in my catalog. So yeah, this whole, it's not so much towards a girl, it's just me. I realized I have to love me. I have to figure it out. I have to learn to not rely on these women or whatever for any sort of love. I gotta love myself first before anything else. But I wasn't, as you can see with the end of the song, I wasn't quite there yet. But at least I knew, like, okay, this is the direction I need to go in. And when I started writing the existed material, which we'll talk about, which was like a month after I did the majority of this stuff, I think I found that self-love. We'll talk about that when we get there. But this whole part, 30 people, 30 are gone now, this is about when I went to winter formal my senior year. And I went on a party bus, I got invited. But I didn't have a date, and I was the only person there without a date. So it was 31 people on that bus instead of 32 or 30. I was the odd one out, but it was such an incredible, great, fun night. And that whole thing is just about how, like, okay, I can be happy, it can happen again. I can connect with people, it can happen again. That's what that's about. But 30 are gone. They didn't all die. I don't think any of them died. It's just they maintained ascension. It's more like just me saying they probably are still out in the world and they're doing things and they're having fun. And meanwhile, I'm here in my room. That's what I mean by they maintained ascension. They felt that peak human connection and then they maintained it, and then I left it. And I haven't been able to get back to it really. But this is a nice little pad section to it. Just keep talking, close this out on. Yeah, it just goes and goes. yeah, overall, this album, I love it, but it's a lot. I don't want to say bloated, but it's kind of bloated. But I love every song on it. I love what it is. I love what it did and what it tried to do. I'm happy it exists. I don't really got too much else to say about it. It's just a collection of sad songs that accidentally, due to my own incompetence and fear, I was unable to really get out there. And then it became my last album for almost 5 years straight. So, but that's been corrected as we will see in my next commentary. Dead Body Breathe. We made the dead body breathe. So yeah, thank you so much for sticking around and listening to my music and supporting me and this and that. I hope this was at least adequately interesting. And I'll see you in the next commentary or piece of content or music that you listen to or whatever. Thank you so much, and have a good rest of your day.